Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dirt Track at Charlotte for the World of Thunder Esports, DirtFan.com, Fixed Pro Late Models. I am Alex Robinson, joined with Robert Simons, and Brett Wheeler is in the producer chair tonight. We are opening up with some qualifying here as time has just started for qualifying. It's going to be a good, fun night, Robert. How are you feeling for tonight?
Well, I think we're winding down here, season 11 here with the World of Thunder Fixed Pro Late Models, and it looks to be a great race here tonight. Once again, at one of the biggest tracks here in the United States, the Dirt Track at Charlotte, and one of the most profound, prolific racetracks that is, and got a great field of cars out here tonight, and I see, I think some of these guys are going to start out around the bottom and then they're going to work their way through, throughout the rest of the track here, running both the middle and the top lanes being utilized here. We're going to see a lot of great racing.
As we see now, Davin Cardwell is at the top of qualifying right now. Chase Hardy is second. Clay Devin, Brett Rouse, and Alan Duranco are your top five right now in qualifying, as there's only about a minute and a half so far into qualifying, so there's still a lot of cars yet to qualify. But, there's a lot of new faces that we haven't seen so much this season. Tanner Tomasi, haven't seen him run so much. He's in the top 10 right now. Hagen Sorensen looking to repeat here and get another back-to-back title. So there's some heavy hitters, but there's also some new faces.
Yeah, I think some of these new faces are going to give the heavy hitters a run for their money. We got, quite a lot of talented drivers here in the field tonight, and it's going to be a great race for the fans at home. Once again, thanks everybody for tuning in here to the Ultimate Dirt TV, DirtFan.com, Fixed Pro Late Models.
So I'm going to run down points right now. So sitting at the top of points for this season, Dylan Yeager. Behind him will be Jacob Fields, Hagen Sorensen, Tanner Foltz, Gavin Collins. That's your top five in points. Chase Hardy's in that sixth spot. Tyler Batten, Corey Austin, Ethan Toder, and Dixon Slinger are your top 10. And all 10 of them, that's still anybody's ball game here with Charlotte tonight, Fairbury next week, and then we end at Weedsport. So 3 different tracks, 3 different, whole different way of driving styles. So it's anyone's ball game in that top 10 to win this season.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see quite a bit of good racing here tonight with a lot of sliders here. It's kind of it is a true oval, but it's almost like a circle. There's not really much of a straightaway here, and when they're on the straightaway, it's just a little bit, and you'll see a lot of sliders here tonight, especially as these lanes develop.
So it's there. 6 heat races are on the docket for tonight. You see the qualifying Davin Cardwell, Gavin Collins, Chase Hardy, Clay Devin, Brett Warehouse, and Ethan Toder will be on the pole for all 6 of those heat races. Speaking of heat races, heat race number 1 is on the grid and starting on the front row. On the inside will be quick qualifier for tonight, Davin Cardwell. Outside will be the 9 of Alan Duranco.
Inside of row number 2 in the number 45, that's Hagen Sorensen. And 2 is outside. In the number 19, that is Donnie Bateste.
Row number 3 on the inside, it's the 500 machine of Tyler Berry. Outside will be the 47 of Zane Yost.
Inside of row number 3, rather, that is inside of row number 4 in the number 66, that's J.R. Taylor. And 2 is outside. Starting 8th is the number 92 of Corey Austin.
Rounding out the field will be the 6th car of Dylan Gibbs. So 9 cars are on the field for tonight's first heat race. Davin Cardwell is going to be the man to beat in this heat race. It's going to be interesting because he's one of those guys runs the top a lot. And right now the track looks like the bottom might be the place to go. So he's going to show a lot of guys behind him where the quick line is really quick in this race. But lights are out. We are about to go green flag racing, and I'll let you open it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some of the best drivers in this first heat race here. Davin Cardwell, Alan Duranco, and we are set ready to go green. The pace truck is in. Ladies and gentlemen, the DirtFan.com Fixed Pro Late Models Heat Race number 1 is green.
You see Davin Cardwell. What a great start for him. Duranco in that second spot, but Hagen Sorensen goes to that bottom side trying to get past Duranco. Davin Cardwell got a really good jump on the rest of the field. Duranko and Sorensen battling side by side for that second spot. 3 cars go on to tonight's main event. Donnie Batiste is in that 4th spot.
Gavin Cardwell setting a blistering pace here in the Fix Pro Late Models Heat Race number 1 with Duranko there in 2nd. And now it's a battle for 3rd. It's a 3-car battle with Sorensen, Batiste, and Yost.
There you see Batiste and Yost are on the outside looking in at a transfer spot. Cardwell is walking away already here as we're only 3 laps into tonight's heat race. And Cardwell looks really strong. Duranko, Sorensen now falling in line. Everyone looks like they're running the cushion. So the top side looks fast as you see Zane Yost ran to the bottom there and slid up in front of Batiste for that 4th spot. But right now, the top 3 look really comfortable in the top spot. There's some contact between Sorensen and Duranko. Both cars keeping it straight though, and those 2 are still in transfers.
Batiste falling right in Zane Yost's footsteps, gets by Tyler Berry. And now we've got a battle for the 2nd spot. Oh, slider, look out, contact here on the front straightaway.
And right now that just cost Hagen Sorensen and, who was it, Duranko, both costing transfer spots. Now Zane Yost, Josh Taylor took advantage of that. They're in the 2 and 3 spot, but out in front still, it's Gavin Cardwell. You see Sorensen trying to make a run, but look at Cardwell, just really strong. He's up to a 2-second advantage on the rest of the field.
Well, I'm getting some messages here from some of our officiating staff, but we'll get to that as we see the white flag here with 1 lap to go, and it's Gavin Cardwell up front in this one. He's not going to look back.
Gavin Cardwell goes through 3 and 4 there. The white flag was out, the checkered flag waving. Gavin Cardwell takes home heat race number 1. Zane Yost, Josh Taylor after the contact with Duranko and Sorensen. Those 2 will also make it into tonight's feature event. Everyone else, as we're going to look at the results here. So again, Cardwell, Yost, Berry. 2, the A main, Austin, Duranko, Gibbs, Batiste, Taylor, and you see Sorensen got a black flag for that contact, so he's going to have to run through the D, the C, and a B main tonight.
Well, that will be a tough challenge for both Sorensen and Taylor as they've finished in the back of that one. But we're up to heat race number 2 here for the DirtFan.com Fix Pro Late Model, starting on the pole in the Speed Connection number 713. That is Gavin Collins, and to his outside. And the number 50, that is Tanner Tomasi.
Row number 2 on the inside, the 15 of Tanner Folds. Outside will be the 40 of Rocky Battenfield.
Inside of row number 3 and the number 195, that is Jeffrey Rigsby. And to his outside in the number 58, that is Trent McLeod.
7th spot will be the 999 from Tail Tag and Motorsports. It's Corey Sibley. Outside will be Turbo himself, Steven Turboville in the 31.
And starting shotgun on the field, the number 85, that is Scott Norum. So we have got another stacked field here in heat race number 2. What are you expecting out of this one, Alex?
My eyes will be on Tanner Tomasi, Tanner Folds, 2 guys that know this track very well. Those 2 I've seen been busting their humps running this track all day long. So those 2 will be the ones that keep your eye on. Gavin Collins is going to have a Hornet that's behind him right and early for that heat race lead.
Yeah, I'm expecting a great heat race, especially with Folds and Tomasi, and Collins is going to give them a run for their money, being top 5 in points here in the DirtFan.com Fix Pro Late Model Series. And we are set, ready to go green.
See Tomasi, Collins on that front row, and we are green flag racing here. Heat race number 2 underway. Collins gets the start that he needed there, so he's out in front, and there you go already between Tomasi, Field, Battenfield now already throwing his hat in the mix for a transfer spot. Folds drops back, lost a lot of ground there as Battenfield running the cushion. A lot of contact between Battenfield and Folds, those 2 battling for the transfer spot.
Battenfield had to back off there as Folds throws a slider on him, tries to move past, but Battenfield back to the inside, throws another slider on Folds to take back over that 3rd spot here at the line.
Battle for the transfer spot between Folds, as Folds is going to throw another slider on Battenfield. Battenfield ducks under. I expect to see another slider here, and there it is. He's going to slide up the track, and he's going to take over third again. But that battle between Battenfield and Folds for this transfer spot might have another one, as Trent McLeod is trying to throw his hat in the mix for this third spot.
It's a battle for the transfer, and now a battle for the race lead. Tomasi to the inside, throws a slide job on Gavin Collins, but Collins turns it back under him to maintain the race lead here on the front straightaway.
You see Collins, Tomasi now throwing slide jobs back and forth. Battenfield's now dropping back Tanner Folds now back to that 8th spot as he's actually gone to pit road. It looks like his heat race is done, but Tanner Tomasi still out in front with Collins in that 2nd spot.
So now Collins receiving the slide job from Tomasi, ended up trying to turn it back under him, but Tomasi was right there to take over the race lead. Collins trying to gather it back in to follow right in Tomasi's tire tracks, with Battenfield in 3rd, Sibley there in 4th, and Rigsby there in 5th, with the top 3 moving on. We're going to see the white flag here.
You see Tanner Tomasi out to a strong advantage over Gavin Collins. Tomasi looks like he's going to replicate what Cardwell did in the first heat race. He's got a really strong advantage over Collins, and he's gone through 3 and 4, and Tanner Tomasi takes home heat race number 2. It's Collins and Battenfield taking home the 3 transfer spots. We will look at the rest of your grid to see where the rest from 4 through 9 stacked up.
Yep, so finishing 4th there was Sibley, Rigsby there in 5th, McLeod there in 6th, and 7th was Turbo himself, Stephen Turbeville, and Scott Norum, and Tanner Folds round out the field. Some heavy hitters are going to be coming up through the alphabet soup, as we've got heat race number 3 coming onto the speedway.
Starting on the pole will be the 99 of Chase Hardy. Outside will be from Pennsylvania. It is Robert Schaefer.
Inside of row number 2, that is AJ Albreda. And to his outside in the number 3, that is Bobby Mattingly.
The 3 on the inside in the 2 machine, it's Barbara Rigsby. Outside will be the 02 of Hunter Butts.
Inside of row number 4 is Bryson Daffrin, and to his outside is Colin Bocus.
And shotgun on the field, the 91, it is Matt Yorker.
And Yorker coming from the New York Racing Stables here to the dirt track at Charlotte. So quite a haul for him here tonight. But once again, another great racing field here. Chase Hardy going to lead this one off with Robert Schaefer there in 2nd, as the pace truck is pulling into the infield, and we are set ready to go green here for heat race number 3.
As we see Chase Hardy got to get a really good start there. He got on the loud pedal real easily there. Robert Schaefer got a bad start. There comes Albreda to the inside of him already. Battle for 2nd. Albreda on the inside of Schaefer. Those 2 are side by side now. Albreda going to back off, fall in line from the top side. They're 3 wide back there in the mid-pack. Look at the battle throughout already, as Chase Hardy has got some company with Schaefer now.
Schaefer gonna peek to the inside here off of turn number 2 and into turn number 3. Once again, taking a peek down a lane off the top, but not able to get a run materialized right now, as he is now looking to the bottom here off of turn number 2.
Robert Schaefer going to go to the inside of Hardy. I really like that paint scheme, the Christmas spirit. He's looking to deliver himself a Christmas present, as he would start on the inside of row number 2 if he wins his heat race. But he got to get past that 99 machine of Chase Hardy first.
Well, it's going to be a tough feat here in heat race number 3, as Schaefer now trying once again to get any run he can on the Hardy machine, but he's got to mind his P's and Q's here, because Albreda is right behind him.
You see the 3 cars. Albreda's catching up to Schaefer, as it might be time to just be a little careful here, because Albreda is coming up quick, but all 3 of them are in a transfer spot, and they got a really good advantage over the rest of that field. You see the rest of the field back behind them. So if these 3 are smart, they will just play it safe and hold on to these 3 spots.
Yep, 2 laps to go. Parallel sticks in the air here for Chase Hardy as he's led since the drop of the green. Schaefer and Albreda is there in second and third. And they are just, once again, you said they're in a transfer spot, so they're minding their P's and Q's right now with Mattingly and Daffrin there in fourth and fifth.
Chase Hardy just has one more turn to get through. He's running the high side, and everyone stays orderly there. Chase Hardy, Robert Schaefer, AJ Albreda. Just like that, they are going on to the show. They played it safe, and they're in. Now, Bryson Daffrin, as we're going to look here, who else finished behind Daffrin? Bryson Daffrin, Bobby Mattingly, Colin Bokus, Hunter Butts, Matt Yorker, Barbara Rigsby. They will all have to go through the alphabet soup, but heat race number 4 is gritting up.
Yep, and starting on the pole is the D1 RT driver, number 84, that is Clay Devin, and to his outside. And the number 4, that's Brennan Weeks.
Row number 2 on the inside will be the 06 of Bill Miller. Outside will be Sheldon Coslow.
Inside of row number 3 that is the number 30 of Justin Powell, and to his outside. And the number 11, that is Jennifer Hans.
Number 4 will be the 13 of Trevor Mattingly, and the outside will be Chris Cox in the 515.
That will round out the field here for heat race number 4. Starting to see this track take a little bit of shape here. These guys are running like the middle to the top, but they love to throw those sliders all over the speedway.
Yeah, you see that bottom side of the track from about the middle down. It has not taken any toll on it yet compared to that top side. The top side's going to slick off a lot because everyone thinks that's the fastest way around the track. Until that Consolations and the feature event comes, that bottom side might be deadly, but lights are out on the pace truck. We're going green next time by.
We are, and once again, racing fans, all of tonight's racing action is brought to you by DirtFan.com. If you're a race fan, dirt racing fan, go to DirtFan.com. See any of the tracks all over the world. We're coming to green here. Clay Devin and Brennan Weeks. We are underway for heat race number 4.
You see Devin gets a good start. Not as good of a start as everyone else has so far. As you see, Brennan Weeks goes to the inside of Devin already. Devin going to run the outside. Weeks going to go to the inside. He's going to pull a slider, take over the lead. Devin going to try and duck under, but it's going to be Brennan Weeks leading lap number 1.
Weeks leads lap number 1, but Devin throws a slider there in turn number 2. He got the race lead momentarily, but Weeks once again, he's going to pull another slider as here comes Sheldon Coslow. Coslow up to that third spot.
Coslow now battling with Jennifer Hans right now. Jennifer Hans running the inside there. You see Brennan Weeks going to go to the inside of Devin, going to slide up in front of him, and he's going to take back the lead, but Devin going to go to the veteran move, go back under. Look at the battle for transfer between Coslow and Hans.
Oh, man, battles all over the place here, Alex, as it's been slide job city here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Devin going to take the race lead finally in turns 3 and 4 to finally lead a lap here in heat race number 4. Probably something he's been looking forward to do.
Devin, he hasn't really controlled this race so far after that tough start. Brennan Weeks has been right on his tail, still on his tail. There's Jennifer Hans in that third spot right now. Chris Cox up to 4th, battling with Coslow there, and Powell. So Jennifer Hans is going to go to the inside of Brennan Weeks, but Devin now has controlled the lead for the past 2 laps.
He's got about a 3-car length advantage there entering turn number 3 as here comes Hans and Chris Cox as they are making it a 3-car battle there for the second spot.
Devin's still out in front of this one. Brennan Weeks now has Hans Cox right on the back bumper of him. He's going to duck under, run on a little bit of a slider line there. Hans trying right on the back bumper there. White flag is out. Devin just has to hold on. He's going to win this heat race.
As Devin has got about a 3-car length advantage, 4-car length advantage now entering turn number 3. Hans tries to make a battle to the inside, but it's going to be to no avail as Devin picks up the heat race win. Weeks will finish 2nd, Hans will finish 3rd, Cox 4th, and actually we have got some information coming in. Weeks has received the black flag there for heat race number 4 and actually goes to the tail of the field, so Hans will finish 2nd. Chris Cox will finish third to transfer on to tonight's feature.
Heat race number 5 gridding up here. We'll have 2 more heat races. And starting on the pole, this one from Vanderpool Racing, the 17 machine, it is Brett Rowles. And to the outside from the Carolinas in the 41, it is Matthew Logan.
Inside of row number 2 in the number 97, that's Cody Higbee, and to his outside in the number 007, that's Jacob Fields.
Number 3 on the inside, the 55 of Aaron Kirby, and the outside will be the 96 from Goon Squad Racing, it's Matt Dixon.
And inside of row number 4, final row on the field, the number 44, that is Brett New, and to his outside in the number 48, that is Dalton DeRosa. Oh, actually, Del Rosia. Excuse me. And so we are just receiving the white flag there. One more trip around, and we'll be green flag action here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Some great racing action so far, folks. If you like what you see tonight, later on tonight, we do have the Grace Productions UMP Modifieds at around 6:15, 6:30 Eastern, and then around 7:45, 8 o'clock will be the Mimi's Makings and Motion Super Late Models to round out tonight's racing action as we are underway.
Now it's a really good start. As you see, it looks like Cody Higbee, Matthew Logan holding that second and third spot right now. Those two are side by side. The 55 machine and the 97 machine of Higbee on the inside. You see Jacob Fields trying to get in one of these transfer spots. He's a one-time winner already this year. He's looking to get in the transfer spot, but there was contact, and Matt Dixon going to slide into third, battle for second, and he's going to take over second, slide up in front of Higbee.
Wow, what a move there by Dixon to take over that second spot as he saw the contact between Logan and Higbee. And they keep on racing, though. We're still green flag here as now Rawls has got quite a bit of a distance here on the rest of the field.
As Rawls gained that advantage after that contact. You see Jacob Fields now into a transfer spot, trying to get past Matt Dixon. Going to go to the inside. He's side by side with Dixon. Those two are battling for that second spot, but if they are cautious enough, they better realize they are in a transfer spot and not do anything to destroy their cars. But Fields takes over second. You see Dixon now going to roll right behind him. They're holding on the high side, but Brett Rowles is still out in front.
Brett Rawls up in front. Jacob Fields now, he's up to second. He's actually closing in on Rawls here for the race lead. About 2 car lengths. It's about equidistant back to third with Matt Dixon, and then back about 5 car lengths is Matt Logan there in fourth with Cody Higbee in fifth.
Brett Rowles out in front. You see Jacob Fields has gained a lot of ground over Rowles right now. Rowles going into 3 and 4, going to take the white flag this time. Fields in second. Matt Dixon holding on to that third spot. You see the top 3 again, pulling away from the rest of the field right now. It's Rowles, Fields, Dixon. White flag is in the air.
White flag in the air, and it's a battle for the race lead. Fields to the inside. Rawls up top. Slide job for the race lead off of turn 4. Who's it gonna be? Jacob Fields with the win. Rawls will finish second. Third to Matt Dixon. Fourth to Brett New. Fifth to Matt Logan. Aaron Kirby will finish sixth. And wow, what a finish that was to round out heat race number 5 here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
And that was some great racing, a phenomenal finish. So again, Fields, Rowles, Dixon going on to tonight's show. Heat race number 6, the final heat race of the night before we get into our consolation races. Starting on the pole from Newton Cattle Farms Racing, it'll be Ethan Toder, and to the outside will be David Garman.
Inside of row number 2 in the number 76, that is Aaron Watson, and to his outside. In the number 117, that is Justin Sick.
Number 3 in the 78 machine, it'll be Joseph Lavelli. Outside will be the 29 of Richie Yost.
Inside of row number 4, starting 7th and number 28, that is John Lobb, and to his outside. And the number 115, that is Eric Tupper. So 5 heat races down. We're coming to the 6th here as we will receive the white flag. And one more time around before we see green racing action here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
if you're that machine up in front, that Newton Cattle Farms 23T of Ethan Toder, if you're him, you watch the rest of these heat races. The name of the game is get a strong start and catch everyone else asleep. If he does that, he should be safe, or he could end up like the other racers who didn't get a good start and end up losing a spot.
We will see what Ethan Toder does here as we are set ready to go, and green flag is on the speedway here at the dirt track at Charlotte for heat race number 6.
Ethan Toder gets a good start. You see David Garman to the inside there of, that was Watson. Watson to the inside of Garman as those two are side by side. Behind them is Justin Sick in that Dryadine car. He is trying to catch up and get into a transfer spot, but he's on the outside looking in, and Ethan Toder still out in front.
Toder out in front, and it's a 4-car battle for second between Garman, Watson, Sick, and Yost.
That transfer spot, Sick. Garman, you see Yost now throwing his hat in the mix. He slid up there, almost had some contact with Garman. Right now, Sick is in control of that third spot. But there comes Garman to the outside. He's got to be really careful. That cushion's pushing up. And now Sick looks like he's going to go after Watson.
Looks like the fast line around the speedway right now is around the middle to the top side, but most of these guys are seeing a run right around the middle, with the top side not being quite as fast. But taking over second now is Sick, with Watson back to third. Yost still there in fourth, with Garman up on the top side. That he is running fifth right now.
You see Sick and Watson still battling for that second spot. They got to be careful, as Yost and Garman are catching up really quickly there. You see Yost to the inside there. Watson gets some contact with Garman now. The battle for third between Yost, Watson. Lobb now in the mix there as he's going to go past Watson. And now Yost is up and battling with Sick.
Wow, where did John Lobb come from? He caught these 4 cars that were battling for second. And Garman might be outside looking in quite a bit here, as he is losing ground here for the battle for second.
You see, with all this melee going on, where is Ethan Toder on this racetrack? He has got a really good advantage, got that good start. He's through 3 and 4. He is going to make a perfect turn, not near anything, and he's going to take home the final heat race of the night. Justin Sick comes home second. Richie Yost is going to take home that third and final transfer spot. Aaron Watson, Mason Lobb, David Garman. Garman dropped back a long way there, and I think it was Tupper, and let's see who the last car was, because I am missing one. Tupper and Labelli. Those guys will have to go on to the D main, C main, or B main. And speaking of the D main, we are gridding up for that right now.
8 laps the distance for transfer onto the C main, starting on the pole in the number 02. That is Hunter Butts, and 2 is outside. And the number 13, that is Trevor Mattingly.
Number 2 on the inside, it'll be Dalton DeRoja. Outside will be Eric Tupper.
Inside of row number 3 in the number 66, that's Josh Taylor. To his outside in the number 85, it's Scott Norum.
7th will be Matt Yorker in the 91. Outside of him will be the 4 of Brennan Weeks.
5th row to the inside, the number 97 of Cody Higbee, and to his outside is Joseph LaValle.
11th will be the 45 from Sorensen Racing. It's Hagen Sorensen. Outside will be the Tanner Folds Racing, 15 of Tanner Folds.
And starting shotgun on the field, the number 2, that is Barbara Rigsby. So she is going to be starting 13 cars. Top 4 move on. 8 laps the distance here in the D main.
2 cars I want to keep my eye on are starting in the back there. Tanner Folds, Hagen Sorensen. Those 2 got a long way to go. Both of them are in the top 10 in points. And Sorensen looking to go back-to-back championships here in the Fixed Pro Late Models. He's got a long way to go if he wants to get closer to a win.
And the thing about these alphabet soup races is you got to keep your car clean. You got to keep it clean and try to run where these guys aren't, especially at the start of this D main, as we are set ready to go. Green flag is underway here for the D main.
You see there was a lot of bunched up in the back there, some contact, but Hunter Butts gets a good start. He's out in front of this one. Mattingly to the outside. He's holding on to second. DeRoja and Tupper are your 4 in transfer spots right now. Tupper has Brendan Weeks in that 22 machine. Looks really strong in his heat race just from the outside looking in. He is trying to gain up to DeRozier right now. DeRozier in the inside. He's lost some ground. Brendan Weeks trying to take over.
Somebody was hard up into the wall there at the start of this one and has fallen way back through the field. Believe that may have been Scott Norum, so he started about mid-pack and is all the way back through now. But battle for the race lead. Hunter Butts, Trevor Mattingly, side by side off of turn 4. Butts still has it.
Hunter Butts holding on to that top spot. Mattingly right behind him, though. But Mattingly better watch out because here comes Eric Tupper going to the inside of him. He's trying to catch up now. It looks like he lost a lot of momentum that bottom side. Not there yet. So Butts, Mattingly running that top side. There goes Mattingly to the bottom. Going to slide up in front of Butts. He's going to take over your lead. But there comes Butts to the inside.
They were 3 wide last time coming off a turn 4. And they're going to be 3 wide once again nearly. They're off a turn 4. Butts still has, or Mattingly took the race lead that time over Butts. And Tupper still there riding in third with Weeks there in fourth.
So Weeks takes over that fourth and final transfer spot right now. We are looking at Eric Tupper. Look at the 2 cars ahead of him there in Butts. And Tupper's going to the inside there, trying to get past Mattingly. They're side by side there. They were 3 wide there, as you saw. Mattingly, Butts battling in there. Look at this chopper view. Look at these guys battling every spot they can get.
Wow. Butts still has the race lead here. These guys are battling. They're in the transfer, but they have to mind their P's and Q's here to try to make it in. Butts is going to slide him. Coming down to the checkered flag off of turn 4. It's going to be Mattingly with a race win. Butts will finish second. Third to Tupper. Weeks will finish fourth and transfer on. Everybody else is heading home here tonight. But what a race win that was for Mattingly with a last lap pass here off of turn 4.
Like you said, Mattingly, Butts, Tupper, and Weeks going on to the C main here. Tough break for Folds, Rigsby, and Sorensen, guys who have shown up every week, especially Sorensen. Tough break for him, but those points are going to kill him for tonight. Starting on the pole of the C main will be the 41 of Matthew Logan. Outside will be Mason Lobb in 28.
Inside of row number 2 in the number 19, that is Donnie Batested, who is outside. In the number 58, that is Trent McLeod.
Row number 3 on the inside will be the 39 of Colin Bocus. Outside the 06 machine of Bill Miller.
Inside of row number 4 in the number 55, that is Aaron Kirby, and to his outside. In the number 43, that is David Garman.
Number 5 will be the 6 machine of Dylan Gibbs. Outside will be Turbo, Stephen Turboville in the 31.
And now we are running into our transfers here from the D main. Trevor Mattingly in the number 13. He'll start 11th. 12th is Hunter Butts.
Rounding out the field, the 13th spot will be Eric Tupper, and rounding out the field, the 4 machine from Mid-South Third Slingers, it's Brennan Weeks.
Once again, C-Main action here for the DirtFan.com. Fixed Pro late models here for the World of Thunder Racing Leagues. 10 laps of distance. Top 4 will move on to tonight's B-Main, which is coming up right after this one.
So after this, we will have 6. So 4 from this will go tag the tail of the B main, and after that we will take the top 6 from the B main to tag the tail of the A main for tonight's feature event. But we are about to go green, and we are green flag. Matthew Logan gets a good start on Mason Lobb, as Lobb going to go to that outside, which most drivers do. You see Logan hits, oh my.
Contact, I believe what happened there was Logan got sideways in turn number 1. He got a little bit loose there in turn number 1, and that just collected a few drivers in that exchange.
I wonder if he just hit the slick in the wrong spot, or if he might have tried to slam the brakes to turn the car, and it just didn't end well there. As you see, the 19 gets into him, and then let the melee ensue there as you see cars trying to avoid it. But it's just unavoidable when everyone's running that bottom line.
Yeah, so tough break there for quite a few drivers, and going to receive a lot of damage, and I believe Matthew Logan is out for the rest of this event after some heavy damage there in the 55.
So that will be the end of the night for Matthew Logan. We're going to look at Hunter Butts here in the 0-2. Let's see what he sees ahead of him. He's on the outside, and there's the melee ensue as he got skinny there and got right through him.
Wow. What a break there for Hunter Butts. That was the Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. So Mason Lobb right now your race leader with Trent McLeod there in second, Bill Miller there in third, and David Garman, look at that. He's up into a transfer spot to possibly head to tonight's B main, as we are going to see a single file restart with the pace truck pulling in.
As you see, when we go green flag here, we will have 4 laps complete. Green flag is out. Mason Lobb gets a good start. 4 laps in the books after caution laps counted there. Cloud, Bill Miller in that second and third spot. David Garman holding the 4th spot. You see Trevor Mattingly, who transferred from that D main, trying to let his Cinderella story live on as he needs one more spot to go into tonight's B main, but he's got to get past Garman.
We're halfway home here in C main racing action with McLeod there in second, and slide job from Bill Miller. He'll take over second off of turn number 4. Oh, McLeod nearly turned it back under him.
There you see McLeod going to slide up. It looks like Miller got in the wall, and he's on the outside looking in. He's dropped back to 6th place. Trevor Mattingly in the 5th spot, still on the outside looking in. Colin Bokus took over that 4th spot after Miller hits the wall. And now you see Mattingly in 5th, Gibbs in that 6th spot, and Miller now in 7th.
That just shows you one little mistake can change your whole night here at the World of Thunder Fixed Pro late models, especially with these cars being so even. A lot of great drivers here tonight. Trent McLeod right now in second, Garmin there in third, Bokus in 4th with Mattingly, Miller, Gibbs, Butts, Tupper, Weeks, Turbo, Batiste, and Kirby on the outside looking in.
White flag in the air. Trevor Mattingly's got to make a move now if he wants his night to continue. He's going to go to the inside there, try and catch up to Bokus. Bokus looks like he lost ground there, but look who's in front still. He's looked good throughout the race, and Mason Lobb is going to take home the C main victory. Transferring with him to tonight's B main will be McLeod, Garman, and Bokus. Trevor Mattingly's Cinderella story got over as soon as it got started there. He will be on the outside looking in, so a tough break for him as we're going to see the rest of the drivers. So Mattingly, Miller, Gibbs, Butts, Tupper, Weeks, Turbeville, Batiste, Kirby, and Logan. Their night is done. They will have to pack it up, unload the UMPs, and see them back here. B-main action, they are on the grid.
Starting on the pole in the number 92, that is Corey Austin, and to his outside, that is Corey Sibley starting in second.
As I go look here, I don't know. I think my thing just froze up. Oh, there we go. So starting on the inside of row number 2 will be the 18 of Bryson Daffrin. Outside will be Justin Powell.
Inside of row number 3 in the number 44, that is Brett New, and to his outside. And the number 76, that is Aaron Watson.
7th will be the 9 of Alan Duranco, and outside will be the 195 of Preston Rigsby.
Inside of row number 5 and the number 3, that is Bobby Mattingly, and to his outside. And number 46, that is Sheldon Kozlow.
11th will be the 28 of Mason Lobb, outside the 58 of Trent McLeod.
And you've got David Garman and Colin Bokus rounding out the field in our C-main transfers. Once again, 12 laps of distance here with the top 6 moving on to tonight's feature, 30-lap feature here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
So lights you see are going out. Look at this amazing blimp view. You see all the haulers outside of the track there. With a lot of cars here tonight, the trailers had to park on the outside. The cars are parked on the inside. But you see a packed house here for race number 1 of the World of Thunder Esports League. It is the DirtFan.com Pro Late Models, as that is only one race out of the 4 races we have on the docket for tonight.
Yeah, we've got 3 races, if you include tonight, left in season number 11 here for the World of Thunder Fixed Pro Late Model Series, and we are underway here for the B-Main action here at the Dirt Track of Charlotte.
Corey Austin gets a good jump. You see Sibley and Daffrin battling out for second already. 6 cars will go on to tonight's A-Main. Daffrin going to slide up in front of Sibley. Sibley checked up there and might have checked up most of the field. So there's bunched up. There's some contact. There's a lot of contact. They're 4 wide momentarily. More contact. Everyone's still straight. But, man, that is almost disaster for at least 5 cars.
It was, and we've got the race director in these drivers' ears telling them, hey, let's clean it up a little bit out there as these guys are shuffling for position all the way throughout this field. Right now, Daffrin actually took over the race lead with Corey Austin there in second, and Sibley there in third with Powell in fourth.
As you see, Brent New has now dropped out of tonight's B-Main. He was, as you saw him in the corner of the screen, he ran into the infield. So something mustn't be right on that 44 machine because his night is over. Look at Alan Duranco in that 5th spot right now. You see the Hornets nest behind him trying to get to one of these transfer spots, but Daffrin out in front with Austin and Sibley in 2 and 3.
4 laps down as we're going to see 5 laps down here in just a second. Remember, top 6 moving out to tonight's feature, so these guys in these top 6, they might want to hold on to their position as much as they can. But Daffrin, he's got quite a bit of a distance here on Corey Austin with Sibley there in third, battling side by side with Powell as Duranco now up to position number 4.
And you said about the race director saying about cleaning it up. This is when it gets desperate. We're halfway down, halfway to go. This is where the desperation comes. I won't be surprised to see some dumb moves being made here because desperate times call for desperate measures, and with halfway through this race, these guys want to make the feature event.
Rigsby and Powell trying to shuffle it up. That's battle for 5th, actually. And here comes Mattingly. Mattingly's going to go to the outside here, try to enter the top 6, and he's going to do it right there after Rigsby got into the back of Powell.
There's that desperate move. Rigsby got actually a little greedy there, tried to make a move there past Powell for an extra spot, but it's that costing him as Mattingly slips into that 6th and final transfer spot right now. But Daffrin, Austin, Sibley, Duranco, they're all keeping it clean pretty much up there as they know they are guaranteed a spot in the A-Main right now if they keep this lead.
Oh, yellow after 2 cars were up into the wall there off of turn number 2. While the leaders were in turns 3 and 4. So that will bring out the yellow flag. We're going to take a replay look here on the Ultimate Dirt TV replay here. As you can see, a couple cars there into the wall. That is both Claire and McLeod and Rigsby, rather. Jeffrey Rigsby, Trent McLeod. More contact. Wow. Some carnage here to try to make it into tonight's feature. Oh, wow. We a car going upside down in that exchange as well. Sheldon Coslow, as you can see, upside down and into the infield.
So now after that, we will go green, white, checkered here. You see 10 cars are left on this track. So 4 cars that are finishing this race. I don't even know. Trent McLeod says he's in pit lane right now. So let's see if he can get back out before we go green. But right now, looks like 4 or 5 cars might not be making it out of whoever finishes this B-Main. But right now, Daffrin, Austin, Sibley, Duranco, and Power, your top 5.
Yep, with Mattingly there in 6, and that is your top 6 transfers so far. But once again, you said a green, white, checkered finish here as the pace truck will pull into the infield, the safety of the infield, and we are set ready to go green here for the final time in the B-Main.
It's going to be Daffrin and Austin. They're taking to green. What a start by Daffrin. Daffrin with that start, if he just keeps it good here, he might have just guaranteed himself a good starting spot in the A-Main out of these B-Main transfers. Austin, Sibley, Duranko battling it out there. They're 3 wide right now for that second spot. Austin, Duranko, Sibley battling for second. White flag is out.
White flag in the air. Austin has second for the meantime, as Duranko there in third and Sibley there in fourth. Final trip off of 3 and 4. Daffrin is going to pick up the B main win with Austin there in second. Duranko there in third. Sibley fourth. Mattingly finishes fifth. And Colin Bokus rounds out the top 6, and we'll move on to tonight's feature here for the DirtFan.com Fix Pro Late Models.
So what a good finish there. Mattingly takes advantage as we're going to look here at the B main results. So again, Daffrin, Austin, Duranko, Sibley, Mattingly, and Powell going on to tonight's A main. Watson, Bokus, McLeod, Lobb, Kozlow, Garmin, Rigsby, and New. Tough break for them. Those guys are going to have to pack it up, bring out the UMPs, and hopefully we see them later tonight. But while we go to this quick warm-up, going to commercial, Senor. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the DirtFan.com Fix Pro Late Models, brought to you by the World of Thunder Esports League. It is feature race time here for the Pro Late Models. We are going to get this starting grid up, and starting on the pole of tonight's feature event will be the 70 machine of Davin Cardwell. Outside will be the 50 of Tanner Tomasi.
Inside of row number 2, starting third in the number 99, that is Chase Hardy. And in the number 84, that is the D1RT Racing ride of Clay Devin.
Row number 3 on the inside, the 007 from D1RT, it is Jacob Fields. Outside, Newton Cattle Farms. Number 23T, it is Ethan Toder.
Inside of row number 4, and the number 47, that is Zane Yost. And to his outside, that is the Speed Connection ride of Gavin Collins.
Starting ninth will be the 97 of Robert Schaefer. Outside, $1 Million Motorsports, 11 of Jennifer Hans.
Inside of row number 6, that is the number 17 of Brett Rawls. And to his outside, and the number 117, that is Justin Sick.
Number 7. Number 7 on the inside, the 500 of Tyler Berry. Outside will be Rocky Battenfield.
Inside of row number 8, that is AJ Albreda, and to his outside is Chris Cox.
Matt Dixon will start 17th, Richie Yost 18th.
Bryce Daffin and Corey Austin will round out the number 10th row.
21st will be Duranko. Outside, the 999 of Sibley.
And you got Mattingly and Powell rounding out the field as we are set, ready to go. Racing action here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
Who are you picking?
Man, this is a tough field. I'm going to say Jacob Fields.
You pick Fields. Brett picks... Who'd you pick? Cardwell. I picked Tomasi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime here at the dirt track at Charlotte Speedway. Cardwell gets a good jump on Tomasi. Cardwell going to go to the bottom here. That bottom side, like I said earlier on, might come in handy tonight. Cardwell's going to go to the bottom here in 3 and 4. Already out to a good advantage over Tomasi. Slides up there. Tomasi in second. Clay Devin, you see 3 wide there momentarily with Toder and Field. But Davin Cardwell leads lap number 1 of 30.
First time around, it was Davin Cardwell with Tanner Tomasi there in second, and Chase Hardy there in third with Clay Devin and Jacob Fields rounding out the top 5. That was for lap number 1, rather.
So you see Fields there in the top 5 right now. Tanner Tomasi going to go try and make a move on Cardwell. He's going to go to the inside here. Going to run the middle line, actually, as you see Chase Hardy running the bottom there. There's some contact between Devin and Toter mid-pack in the top 5 there. You see there's the 007 already coming up. Jacob Fields in that 4th spot.
Fields now going to pull to the outside here on Chase Hardy, and he's going to try to make a bid for a top 3 position here in the early going of the DirtFan.com Fix Pro Late Models.
Keep your eye on that 23T as he's battling out with Chase. Nope, that's with Clay Devin, it looks like, as they're side by side. Those two have been battling already through these 5 laps. 5 laps are complete. Gavin Cardwell still out in front. You see Chase Hardy now battling it out. There's a 3-wide battle. Tanner Tomasi, Jacob Fields, Chase Hardy, all battling it out for that 2nd spot.
They were 3 wide for the 2nd spot. Right now, Tomasi has it, and it looks like these drivers are going to make their way to the bottom here. The bottom line so far being the preferred line here on lap number 6.
As I like the wear and tear that this track has shown, you still see there is a little bit of moisture. There's Toter sliding up to that top side of the exit of 3 and 4. There's still moisture on that top side. You see Cardwell doing what he does best, railing, riding the rails, running that outside. He's still in front here with Tomasi in 2nd. Jacob Fields, Chase Hardy battling out for that podium spot.
Fields now is going to pull the outside here of Hardy as Toter as well as running the outside. He doesn't have a very consistent line on that top side. He has hit the wall a few times, but he's able to run here in 5th and is trying to close in here on the top 4.
There's a sky view of this battle for 3rd between Hardy and Fields. Fields running that middle line. There's Toter. You see Toter trying to get a hold of that top line. It's just not there right now. You see everyone else running that bottom side through 3 and 4. They just got to be careful of those tires, because those tires can ruin your night in the market.
Yeah, most definitely mind your P's and Q's, especially if you're running the bottom now as Fields is closing in here on Tomasi. And it might be a battle here for the 2nd spot as we're watching a 3-car battle back there for 8th.
You see there's Jacob Fields running that outside, trying to be cautious of that wall. He is running right up on Tanner Tomasi. Tomasi going to go to the inside. Fields goes to the middle, going to slide up to the wall there. You see that moisture in 3 and 4. That outside might get a good run as he's catching up to Tomasi, but Cardwell's still out in front of this one.
Fields gets in the wall a little bit, but does not impede his run here through turns 1 and 2, and now is going to go to the bottom and run right in the tire tracks of Hardy for 3rd.
You see Cardwell, Tomasi, Fields. Those 3 have looked strong. Chase Hardy, Ethan Toter back there battling for that 4th spot. There's Gavin Collins, AJ Albrado on the inside there, sitting in the top 10. He had a really good run there. You see his teammate Tyler Berry in the 500 machine trying to catch up to Albrado and get his nose in the top 10. But look at the top 5. They're pretty much clean cut. They've stayed the same throughout this race.
Yeah, most definitely. Right now, Cardwell's leading. Tomasi there in 2nd. Fields in 3rd. Hardy in 4th. Toter there in 5th. Rawls there in 6th as the yellow flag will actually wave here on lap number 15. So halfway home here in the DirtFan.com Fix Pro Late Models here for the World of Thunder at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. I see an instant replay here. Oh, look at that. Some heavy contact between Yost and Cody Higbee. Oh, Bobby Battenfield. Rocky Battenfield, sorry.
Just look. I think I don't know if he intentionally tried to slide up and just didn't know there was a car there, or if he just hit the slick and that happened. But
that does happen from time to time. I'm wondering if he just didn't have the slider all the way clear. Once again, these cars are very tough, especially running right through the middle of the speedway there in turns 3 and 4.
And one person, Corey Austin, who started back in 20th, he's up to 15th right now, up 5 spots. AJ Albrado up in the top 10. He's moved up 5 spots. So some of these guys have moved up the ladder a lot already, and we're only halfway through. So who knows? Maybe they can climb up into the top 5 maybe into a podium yet. But this restart's gonna have to save Jacob Fields, Tanner Tomasi, because they had to get something going behind Davin Cardwell.
Yeah, this restart is going to shake a lot of things up here as we're getting ready to come green this time. The field getting all bunched up behind Davin Cardwell. And off a turn 4. Cardwell will hit the loud pedal. We're back underway.
Cardwell, another good start for him. You see Fields and Tomasi going to the outside. They're going to gain a lot of ground after Cardwell got that really good start. You see Fields right on the back bumper there. Both again going to that top side. The top side looks like it's still there, coming back in actually, as there's Davin Cardwell going to the bottom again. Fields and Tomasi now are side by side, getting ready to come after Cardwell.
Cardwell running the bottom. He's going to switch lanes right in front of Jacob Fields, and contact between the top two. We are still green. Off a turn 4. Fields has the race lead.
Jacob Fields now takes over that lead, going to slide up in front of Cardwell. Cardwell trying to duck under there. Fields hits the wall. Cardwell going to go to the bottom now. Fields up top. There's Tomasi now going to the bottom. So 3 cars.
We are back under the yellow flag here as some contact back towards the middle of the field here. Ellen Duranco here, and we're going to see it on the instant replay. Oh, Duranco gets into the number 11. Oh, and then hits the tire there. You talked about it. These guys need to really be careful with their tires, and that did not play in his favor.
As you see the first contact, the 11 machine of Jennifer Hans there. That contact and alone, no car really got sideways. Hans gets a little bit, but keeps it going. But the one person that's missing tonight is the 11 machine of Dustin Sizemore. Don't know where he is, but it's surprising seeing him miss. But you see, right when he hits that one tire, gets him going around in circles, hits the other tire. So a tough break for him, but lucky for him, there's still some laps.
As we are getting the field once again realigned here, and it's going to be a single file restart for this one. So Fields and Cardwell had a little bit of action at the top of the pack here, so I guess we'll see what happens on this restart with Cardwell. He ran the bottom there, and he saw Fields go to run on the top side and closing in, so he switched lanes, and there was a little bit of contact for the race lead. I guess we'll see what happens here. The restart did shake it up the last time, Alex. Let's see what happens this time.
So you see there's Cardwell gets another good start there, but Fields wasn't asleep that time as he's right behind him. Cardwell gets a good run out of the turn there to take the green flag officially, but Cardwell goes to the top side. I think he learned his lesson when he saw Fields and them running the top side and almost getting past him multiple times. As you see, he slides up to the exit there. So he looks like he's learned his lesson after the first one. There's contact, a little more contact, as that is Zane Yost. And there goes Zane Yost for a ride. As the green flag is still out there, it's a caution.
Wow, Zane Yost ended up in the infield after that one, and he is going to be out for the rest of this event. Let's check out the instant replay here. See Yost going right through the middle, slides up, gets right up into Tomasi, yes, and spins the car around there in turn number 4. Toter had nowhere to go, had to end up getting into contact there with Yost off of the corner, and no really heavy damage there for Toter, as Yost ended up getting a few cars involved as well. So the race is now under a green-white checkered here for the finish of this one, and it's going to be a great battle with we've got Davin Cardwell leading over Jacob Fields. Clay Debin now, he did the slider on Tomasi there in turn number 3 and 4 that last time around to take over third. Tomasi back to 4th with Chase Hardy there in 5th.
Robert, you said about green-white checkers. If you've watched a lot of these broadcasts, especially the ones I'm on, I'm apparently a curse. Either I'm a curse with picking drivers or I'm a curse with green-white checkers, because for the past I feel like it's been 15 races straight. There's been at least one green, white checkered, either in a heat race, a consi, or a feature. And guess what? Here we go again.
Well, folks, we are at the biggest half mile this side of the Mississippi with some of the best drivers in the United States here tonight for the best finish for the DirtFan.com Fixed Pro Late Model Series here for the World of Thunder iRacing Leagues. And we are underway, Alex. Let's see it happen.
Davin Cardwell gets another good start. He is trying to take home this victory here, but he's got Jacob Fields, Clay Devin now as D1RT 1, 2, and 3 right now, trying to get after Davin Cardwell. Cardwell goes to the bottom, going to slide up, run that top side outside there. White flag going to be in the air. Cardwell, Fields, and Devin are your top 3. Tomasi sitting on the outside there in 4th, and Hardy in 5th.
We're going to keep our eyes here on the top 2. Cardwell goes to the bottom. Fields to the top side. Final trip off of 3 and 4. It's going to be Davin Cardwell picking up the win. Jacob Fields will finish 2nd. 3rd to Clay Devin. 4th to Tomasi. 5th to Chase Hardy, with Brett Rawls finishing in 6th. 7th is Tyler Berry. Toter will finish 8th. Gavin Collins will finish 9th. And Obretta is going to round out the top 10. What a great finish it was there, Alex.
Oh, yes, phenomenal finish. Davin Cardwell starts on the pole and takes it green to checkered. Jacob Fields a good start run there, as there's actually a lot of big movers. Corey Austin coming home in that 12th spot. He moved up 8 spots. Brett Rawls, Tyler Berry in the top 10. Brett moved up 5 spots. Berry moves up 6. So these guys had to work for what they got tonight, and you got to give everyone credit because in this stout field, making the feature is really good. Making a top 10 after coming through a constant, great. But we will go to commercial here, thank our sponsors, and we will go to victory lane here with our top 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What a finish here for the DirtFan.com Fixed Pro Late Models, brought to you by World of Thunder Esports League. Taking home the win tonight, Davin Cardwell. Good run for him there. As here we are, Davin Cardwell in that 70 machine. What a run for you. You started on the pole. Brett picked you for a reason, and you showed why. You are a well-known driver here in late models.
Oh, yeah, the beginning of the race, I felt the bottom there. I know how to get a good restart because Jacob was right on me there at the end, and, everything just played out in our favor.
Now, what was the game plan those last few restarts? You saw Jacob get the good run, that one restart, got a good run on the top. Him and Tanner were right on your tail for a second, running that top side while you were at the bottom. What was your plan when that caution came out in the restart? Because we saw you go to the top side then.
Oh, yeah, I knew the bottom was there, but then I seen big momentum behind me on the top. So, if I would have stuck on the bottom, I would have got past. So, I had to do something, and, I moved to the top, and I felt like I was getting faster.
Now, take us through that green-white checkered restart. That had to be a little stressful knowing you had Fields and you had Devin right on your tail for the restart. What was your thoughts through that green-white checkered?
Oh, yeah, two DMRT drivers behind me, they're a team, and their team's really good. So, they got good drivers over there. And, Jacob Fields, I knew if I didn't get a good restart, he was going to pass me. So, I had to get a good run on the start, and everything just worked out. And, I just can't thank everyone at our team enough.
Well, I see you got a lot of sponsors on that car. Who you got to thank for getting you in victory lane?
First off, I gotta thank you guys for broadcasting, Steve for putting the league on, Bighorn Taxidermy, Kellner Contracting, and Zach for the rep.
Congratulations. That is your winner, Davin Cardwell. Robert, I think you're with our second place finisher.
Yes, I am. Jacob Fields up here in the booth. And Jacob, you had a great run out there, finishing second, and had a great run on Davin Cardwell there for the race lead.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd have a few more laps to maybe try to do something there, but yeah, he got good restarts, and Davin's always fast, so I'll take a second.
Yeah, let's talk about that run. You started fifth, and you were kind of minded your P's and Q's there throughout the field, but you were able to get a great run there around Tomasi to get yourself up into second. And then, what were you thinking right on the back bumper there? And you had a run there on the top side on Cardwell.
Really wanted that win, but as far as points, I just tried to keep in mind that as long as I had a solid finish tonight, that I'd probably end up with the points lead next week. So I was just happy with the second at that point. Of course, the win would have been awesome, but I'll take it.
Well, let's talk about all the guys who help you out here on the 007.
Yeah, the guys at D1RT, man, they're awesome guys. Can't thank them enough. I've gained a lot of speed, and got to thank you guys for putting on the show. Brett, for broadcasting. You guys for broadcasting. It's always awesome. Go back and watch. League's definitely cleaning up. I had a blast.
Well, thank you, Jacob Fields. And Alex, I believe you're down there with third place runner, Mr. Clay Devon.
Yes, that 84 machine, Clay. You had a really good restart there. You got past Tanner. You had to pass a decent amount of cars and a lot of talented drivers to finish on the podium. How's it feel coming home in third place tonight?
Oh, it feels good. I probably got lucky with a couple late race restarts right there. Particularly that last one, I kind of stepped on it and boogered Tanner up. Speaking to him, I feel bad for that. I hate to give him nowhere to go late in a race like that and cost him a spot. But all in all, it was a good run.
And now you said about the restart. Take us through your mind when you're sitting there and you have a chance of coming home with a win if you get a good enough restart, but you can also cost yourself a lot of spots on that restart. What was going through your mind there knowing you could either win this race or it could end really badly?
Well, my teammate Jacob Fields was right there with me, and I knew that I had to race him with respect and try to give him a little bit of room, but at the same time, I really wanted to at least try, make an effort. So knowing that the top was fast in 1 and 2 on a green-white checkered, I figured if I could send it off in 1 and 2 and make it happen, it might set me up to throw a slider in 3 and 4. So I just rolled the dice, and apparently I had myself a little over-psyched out and got in the fence.
Now, you were saying about the top side was fast. How was the racetrack out there? It looked like the bottom was fast mid-race, but then that top side came back in later in the race. How was the track for you tonight?
Well, after thousands of laps, I've kind of forced myself to learn how to hustle the lip a little bit around here. I'm sure there's people that are a lot better at me or better at it than I am, but I felt pretty confident when it started to go up to the top. It's always nice when you've got a second groove at the beginning of the race, but at Charlotte, it seems like it always ends up on the fence.
Well, congratulations on the third place finish. Who's on that car? Who you got to thank for getting on a podium tonight?
Oh, thank all the guys at D1RT Racing. They helped me out a lot, keep me going. Showtime Graphics. I want to thank World of Thunder for putting the series on. Always fun to run, and UDTV for broadcasting it for us.
Well, congratulations on the podium. That is your third place finisher, Clay Devon. Well, this will wrap up our DirtFan.com Fixed Pro Late Models. You heard Jacob say about the points race. Well, guess what? After tonight's podium finish, that second place finish, Jacob Fields is now your new points leader going into 2 races left in that season. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, the Grace Productions UMP Modifieds. That is going to be a great show for me, Robert Simons, and then you have Brett Wheeler in the producer's chair for all of us here at UDTV. Thank you, and we will see you back in about 20 minutes.